So I think what was important to us was that it was somebody we could trust. And so we went immediately for like our friends, right? And a ton of our friends had gone through that same process recently. When they mentioned that they knew Casey and that they had worked with her and that it was perfect, we immediately said we want to meet her.
Yeah, and I think it was the right decision. Casey was so professional, so helpful. She understood our needs, and it was a great experience working with her.
I think it was just perfect, because the thing with this type of transactions is that if you have too much information, you'll be overwhelmed. It's overwhelming to start with. So you want somebody who will give you the right information at the right time. And that's exactly what happened with Casey, because we were overwhelmed when we went into the process. We're like, oh my God, there's so many things. We are not from here originally, so we just arrived. We had been living in the States for like 8 years, but we had never looked into buying a house. So the first time, as we started, we were completely lost. For example, we didn't know what a contingency was. You know, that's an example of how lost we were. So I think it's important to get the right information at the right time. Also, the knowledge, the Bay Area is so big and it's so complex, I think, from a real estate point of view, that it was good to go, area by area, looking and spending time in each neighborhood and really getting to know that and digging deep into each neighborhood at the right time, because you don't want to have all the facts and all the the vast of information just thrown to you at the beginning. At all times, really, but when to me, it was more critical that the appraisal came back with different square footage. That's where we were a little bit nervous, right? Because what are we going to do? The house is actually, the house that we saw in the appraisal is actually different from the house that we originally put an offer in for. So I think that part of the process was the most sensitive for us, and I think Casey just said, you don't have to worry about anything, you can be calm, everything's gonna be fine, we're gonna put in a counter offer, and it worked out great.
Yes, we are super happy. It's a great house, a great neighborhood, and yeah, we love it.
I remember when we first came in here with Casey for the first time, and she looked at Casey and said, this is it, right? This is the house. And I see the same expression in her face now that we live here, and she just tells me, man, I love this house. I'm so glad we bought it. So we knew from the very beginning, and I think Casey knew at that moment when she said, this is it. Casey knew, and then she helped us just make it happen.
I would say be patient, because here in the Bay Area you have to be patient. It's hard to find something, but I think if you have the right person that will help you during the process, and if you're in good hands, you will find your dream house.
I would say find the right partners, right? Because in our case, having the right partner at the bank, and having the right partner as a realtor, I think that was very important. You want to surround yourself by people who you really trust. Otherwise, the process, it will be too hard for you to manage by yourself. I think you need support. In another market and maybe in another area, it might be different, but here today in the Bay Area, you definitely need to have the right partners.